Hi everybody, my name is Kutsia. I'm a battle-scarred agile coach, which means I used to work for Visa and PayPal many years, and I have a lot of tips and tricks I want to share with you guys. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorites, which is the daily stand-up. Everybody complains about it, but maybe there's something that you're missing because it's actually really valuable time spent with the team. First thing to know is that it's not a status update. It's not a status update. It is a synchronization effort. But to be able to synchronize your plan and to review your plan on a daily basis, which is what's meant for, and it should be daily, it's in the name, you need these elements to be in place. So the first thing you do need to do is have a visible board where you can see all the work that's done. If you have Jira, for example, I think it's called a task board, you should have something that looks like this, which is like a Kanban representation. So there's a to-do space, there's in progress, and we're going to do this again because we're nervous and we're writing like our bum. So let's say there's a to-do column, there's a in progress, and there's done. So visible. This means you have your tool available. If you're having this meeting and we're not actually looking at a board or a tool or sharing a screen with a tool where we track our work, stop the meeting. Why are you meeting? You're just talking to one another. Do it this way so you can actually have a productive conversation. Then the second thing is there has to be an updated representation of the work. And this is where I want to make a case for tasks. So usually we have stories if you're following Scrum, or this is what I'm assuming you're here for. So we have our story. Okay, perfect. Everybody knows about stories. Now, a lot of teams say that they don't need to break their stories down into tasks. And I want to challenge that a little bit for these reasons. If you have to do a daily plan, and if you're doing swarming, in other words, you have more than one person working on a story, which is also a very good practice, because that means if something happens to Johnny, Sally can pick it up. Now, say you're doing it in this way and you don't have a representation of the tasks, that is the work that you need to do, how will you know where you are? Second point, when you're doing your planning and you're not talking through the tasks, how does everybody else know what you're doing and what you're working on? Also, how are you going to get that newbie up to speed if we don't actually talk through the designing part of our work? Third, it's actually how you design your work. We can't just, the waterfall is not a process that we used before, and it's antiquated and it's out of date and it doesn't work. Correct, but it still had good practices, which means we design our work before we delve in. So do this with your tasks. Now, if you have your tasks available, we have our good old story, and then we have our tasks here. Now, another tip is to break your tasks down into hour or daily estimates. In other words, on a specific day, if a task starts running behind, you can start making a plan. You'll know immediately when something is going off the rails versus at the end of a sprint where we have to run around and make sure everybody's going to be okay with what we're trying to do here, or that we're going to be late. Now, if you have your tasks like this, say we have our story number 2, I'm assuming our product owner's done a very good job of making sure our backlog is prioritized. We have our tasks here. Now, if we start realizing task number 2 is falling behind, we can ask whomever is working on this task here to drop that, put it back in the to-do column, because this tells us that this story here is of higher business value, so we should get that done first. So we're going to ask somebody else to leave this task and come help out here and pick up this story so we can get it through to the end as quick as possible. So that was your 5-minute quick roundup about daily stand-up. I hope you've learned a few things. Follow me on my YouTube channel for more, hopefully, insider videos. Thank you very much. I'm Kutsia.